Okay, Sandra, back over to you. Whoop, and you're muted. Just unmute yourself. There you go.
Hi, everybody. So anybody have something they'd like to share about this, their contacts, their assignment, how you made out, if you felt a little different?
Well, this was excellent, Sandra. We read all these books and I think I have my mindset in the right place, and then weeks will go by and I haven't thought about those things again. So yeah, I need these affirmations every day, and sometimes it just slips my mind. So it was a great reminder. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Benita, because it is through repetition that we change those deep-rooted beliefs that are in the subconscious mind, you know?
Right.
And it's constant. Yes, Deborah.
One of the books that Benita and I have read together is No Excuses by Brian Tracy.
Oh, yes, I've read it.
Yes, it is a wonderful book. And I've actually got it next to my bed. And every night before I go to sleep lately, I have been taking one little excerpt out of there that I want to focus on. And he talks about in there, it's preparing your mind, seeing yourself the way you want to be.
Yeah.
And, it goes right along with those affirmations and seeing yourself successful, seeing what you want at the end. And that's been very helpful to me. It just follows what you're saying.
Yeah.
Good training.
I love the training. And considering we've got 53 more days till our goal, the monkeys in our head are going to get louder and louder and louder. So not doing affirmations every day is just like taking a SIA when you have a problem. So it's something that you have to do daily. And when there's more stress involved, you have to actually do affirmations more often, don't you?
And no matter what we're doing, I mean, driving the car, you can be saying these things. I am prosperity. I am a solid gold, or whatever. It's to affirm it on an ongoing basis, because the mind never stops. There's that chatter, just like Cindy just said. It's constant. Little monkeys in there. And it goes on and on and on. So when we catch ourselves, when we become aware of what we're thinking, we have to say, no, okay, let's go back here and reaffirm who you are. See yourself walking across the stage at the next live convention, being honored for your new rank advancement, and see it, feel it. And that becomes part of your affirmation too. You know, the good is all around us. It's just waiting for us to realize it and accept it. And once you do, there's an unlimited supply that will find its way to you. And it is not only to receive it, but to share it, because that's the nature of how we have a continuation of the supply in our life, is by sharing. And prosperity is meant to move and to be shared. And that also will help to initiate financial success. There's an exercise for the mind that you could also do, and you've probably seen people do it, is to put the tips of your fingers together in a tent. It's like a tent formation. And you just, when you're sitting there, what you're doing by putting the fingers together like that is you're coordinating the left and right side of your brain. And it does help to relax you. You often see businessmen sitting in a conference who know this, and you'll see them sitting like that. And it just helps to settle the mind and to be balanced in what you're doing. Does anybody else have something they'd like to share?
Great training, Sandra. I think this mindfulness and recognizing that we have the ability to actually choose what the life we're going to have is what humanity is waking up to. This is starting to go mainstream, at a, it's been around forever, but it's seeping into society. And just before we came back on live, the ASEA Connect Daily Dashboard popped up on my phone, and here's the quote for today. This is from Jean de La Fontaine. Man is so made that when anything fires his soul, impossibilities vanish. And it's really our emotions that put a charge on things as we send it out into the universe, into the field. And so with the affirmations, find something that puts you in a state of joy and excitement. Rote recitement, that helps a bit. But when you put a positive emotional charge on it, that's when you light it up.
That's right. And there's enough universal abundance for everyone. Some people feel if I get, somebody's going to be missing, but there's enough for everyone. But it doesn't just jump into your lap, but it's through cooperation with the mindset and the laws and the principles of attraction that it flows through our minds into our lives in wonderful, expected and unexpected ways.
So Sandra, do you have,
Ruth?
I love this today. Thank you so much.
Good.
Do you have an affirmation for that? Because when you said that thought, when I get, someone else is taken from. And I think that is a belief that somehow is inside of me, that someone else is going to be less or have less if I have more. Is there an affirmation for that you could help
Well,
me?
even just saying to yourself, there's abundance for everyone.
Okay.
There's abundance for everyone. And you see, that thinking comes from early childhood too, where you may have been taught that having too much was too flamboyant, and in your neighborhood, everybody had to sort of be on a lower level. You couldn't sort of outshine anybody by having more. So it was no, we can't because they can't. And so those are thoughts that are there from early childhood, very early childhood. And the way to change, you see, the conscious mind has the intellect to be able to choose whether they're going to accept something, whether it's going to accept it or reject it. Your subconscious mind has no option to choose. So everything that comes into you, your subconscious mind has to accept it. And there it is, forming these paradigms, these beliefs that are stuck there in your subconscious mind. But with these changes in your thinking on the intellectual level and with the emotional intent, it can't be just an idle thought. It has to have feeling to it. That gets implanted down into the subconscious mind, and that changes the paradigm, which changes your actions, which changes your results.
I'm gonna work on that.
Lovely.
Thanks.
Just
Ruthie wanted to say something?
yes, please. I just am so grateful for your training today. You delivered it just perfectly, and it really Cindy kind of gave me a kick in the when we were at Las Vegas, and she said that if I talked, I can't remember exactly how it went, but she turned me on to the book about how you talk to yourself. And so I've been very mindful of that. And so this was a wonderful boost. And I just wanted to say, Cindy, every time I'm so grateful for this call. I've gotten, I think, 3 new customers, 1 new associate just by being dialed into this. That's all of you. Thank you. And Peg's call too. I mean, it's just incredible. But here's the thing I wanted to say. Cindy and Bo have this goal. And when I hear that you're doing that, my goal's diamond. I am a diamond associate, honor before December 17th, 2021. So, but here's what I feel is like when I hear Cindy and Bo doing this work with all of us, and they have that goal, it's like, I want that for them. It's like it's this level of consciousness, rising tide raises all ships. So I don't know who you all are that are going to make that happen, help Cindy and Bo get there. But you know what? Let's get after it, because that's really, really important, and it impacts all of us. So thank you, Sandra. Thanks, all of you. Very exciting.
I love that, Rosie. You made me teary-eyed. So I was going to say something. I was going to say that, Sandra, when you said that some of these thoughts to Ruth came from early childhood, have you ever heard of the expression, there's starving kids in China? So when you don't finish your plate of food, your mom or your dad says, you finish your plate, there's starving kids in China. Well, I was talking with this guy one time and he said, you know what, when I'm full, I stop eating, because the remaining food on my plate is not going to feed those starving kids in China unless I box it up and ship it to them. So there's some things that we do and some things that have been repeated through generation and generation that just do not make sense. And, the other thing, one of the other analogies that comes to mind is, have you ever heard the story about the little girl that goes to her mom and she says, Mom, why do we cut off the ends of the ham? And she goes, I don't know. We've just always done it. Ask your grandma. And so the little girl asks her grandma, Grandma, why do we cut off the ends of the ham? And the grandma says, I don't know. We just always done it. Go ask your great grandma. So she goes and asks her great grandma, why do we cut off the ends of the ham? She said, oh, honey, we had a very small oven. So we don't, sometimes we have to adapt to our new world, or we'll be beautifully prepared for a world that no longer exists. So, I love, Sandra, this training, and your presentation was just marvelous, but it's great to shake up those little thoughts in our head and create new pathways so that we can be logical and emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, we better get to work. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great job.